welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about movies. Let's begin. Do you know who these people are? Think about this so we can share together. Now, have you seen or heard of this movie? Catch Me If You Can. What do you know about it? If you haven't watched it, you can pause the video and watch the trailer I attached in Moodle. We're going to talk about this in class. Let's continue. What is Frank Abagnale known for? Let's listen.
Page 118. Lesson B. Hard to believe. 1. Vocabulary and context. A. Read the article. What is Frank Abagnale known for, now and in the past? Why Frank W. Abagnale deserves to be admired.
Frank Abagnale is a well-respected businessman. But turn back the clock several decades, and you will find a notorious past. A past that he probably never expected to be turned into a Hollywood movie. But it's his work over the last 4 decades with the FBI and other agencies, after he turned his back on a life of crime, that he'd rather be remembered for. As one of the world's most respected authorities on security and fraud prevention, Abagnale is the person to turn to when you need to understand the crimes of check forgery and embezzlement. That's because he was an expert at these activities. In his youth, Abagnale was an extraordinary con artist, successfully conning people into thinking he was an airline pilot, a pediatrician, and a college professor, without ever being qualified in any of these fields. He lived a jet-setting lifestyle, but it turned out that he had funded all his activities by forging checks across the globe. He successfully avoided being apprehended for several years, but was finally caught at the age of 21 by French authorities. He served prison time in 3 different countries. It was a turning point in his life. Abagnale recalls being devastated by his parents' divorce, shortly after which he started his life of deception. His crimes, committed between the ages of 16 and 21, earned him a 12-year U.S. prison term, which seems to have been considered harsh even back then. He ended up being released early after agreeing to assist U.S. federal law enforcement agencies. It was an offer Abagnale was smart enough not to turn down, and it allowed him to turn over a new leaf in his life. Even if you can't turn a blind eye to his past, Abagnale deserves to be admired for the way he turned his life around. On his website, he states that he regrets being drawn into illegal and unethical activities. He comments, too, on the movie Catch Me If You Can, which is loosely based on his life. Abagnale wants it to be known that it's not a true biography. Indeed, many of the events appear to have been exaggerated, which can only be expected. After all, it is a movie.
Okay, so if you notice, he is known for being a former con artist and now helping the FBI and other institutions to catch these criminals. Okay, so let's go to student book page 118, exercise B. You need to find idioms and phrasal verbs with the word turn from the article we just listened to that have these meanings. For example, what idiom or phrasal verb with turn means to stop being involved in? That is right, it is turned your back on. Now pause the video and work on the rest. Then come back to check. Okay, let's see. Become, turn into. To stop a bad habit is to turn over a new leaf. To ignore, turn a blind eye to. A moment of change, a turning point. Refuse, turn down. Go back in time, turn back the clock. Become apparent, turn out. Make something better, turn around. and go to or approach, turn to. Did you get this right? Excellent. Now let's go ahead and practice. Let's go to our workbook, page 83, exercise A. Here, you need to match the words in bold with the expressions in the box that have a similar meaning. Pause the video while you work on this. Then, let's check. Okay. So, number 1 should be letter D. Turn their lives around. Number 2, letter B. Turn down in life. 3. Instead of ignore, we can say turn a blind eye. 4. Turn to instead of approach. And 5. A turning point instead of a significant event. Now, let's continue practicing. Let's go to student book, page 125, exercise A. Here, you have to complete the conversations using the expressions in the box. For example, how was your summer? Actually, great. It was a little busy, but it was fun. It turn back the clock, turn down, turn out, turn over a new leaf, or turn to. That's right, the correct option is going to be turn out. Now, how are you going to use it? In past, right? Because it was summer. It turned out great. Now pause the video and work on the rest, please. Okay, we'll check this in class. Now, go back to your workbook, page 83, exercise B. Here, you will complete the conversation using the correct forms of the turn expressions. Let's see. You remember Jeff Klein? The big guy who used to frighten people in high school? He just called me to apologize 20 years later. Jeff Klein? Wow, I can't believe it. So, has he a nice person? Has he turned into? Now pause the video and work on the rest, please. Okay, we'll check this during our lesson. I will see you then. Bye-bye.